In this game, Higaki took white, Robin took black. One Joseki, the second Joseki, the third Joseki, and the fourth one. This move is a bit unexpected. It's more often seen to connect and then to put pressure on black. However, I am not sure if this putting pressure is really a good idea if black already has a stone there, because black might opt to go for a fight immediately with that supporting stone. Not sure if this is best, but might be possible. Anyway, in general, it's more often seen to play from this side because the corner is large. The corner which white takes is very strong. But of course, you can choose one side or the other. But usually you choose the other side for the sake of building a moyo on the left side. In the game, white goes back to this Joseki. Alright, it's also a Joseki. Black jumps in, and here an interesting variation starts. So white plays from the top. This looks like a very common middle game Joseki, but then after black's wedge, white didn't really want to play from the top. Probably because of black's strength around there. Maybe white was even afraid of a direct cut by black, which might be an idea. Not sure of that idea though. Other than that, if black does not play that cut, I think that white can accept the variation. But alright, there is also that Joseki with the move from the other side. However, this looks good for black in the current position because black can capture white in a ladder. If the ladder works, and there are no annoying breakers, then black might play the ladder immediately and let white have the Atari from below. But it's even better if we can play Atari first and then play the ladder. Of course, this is a very, very good exchange for black. Now, if white plays this Atari from below, black has in the future possibility of playing at A. So usually what white does in this position is to start a ko. However, there is a problem here. Well, maybe white usually plays such a threat to this ko, but black has threats, has one super big threat here, then another big threat, I guess, like that. We need to choose, maybe we don't give opponent threats, and play there. And yeah, then black also has threats for that Joseki. However, in fact, white also has a threat to cut through here. So it's possible to start this ko, but it seems that the Josekis were chosen in a way that it will be easier for black to find threats. Black might always play this turn, even though it's a minus, it gives additional threats. Yeah, usually we don't connect. We either start the Joseki, or if we really don't want to, we should probably play away. And where to play? Actually, we can attach and cut. This is a good way of playing if black has a large enclosure. The simplest variation goes like this. White is alive, but black is strong. But right now the ko loses its significance, so we can play elsewhere. This is not a ladder breaker yet. If black captures, we just ignore it. We don't need to necessarily connect. But anyway, if the ladder works for black, then this variation is good for black. There is no good breaker to that ladder. This is not really so great compensation which white can get. And for now, white needs to care about the weak group on the left side. So In such case, I wouldn't recommend this attachment. If we don't want to play from the top, then let's not attach. Let's just play something different. Let's just change the topic. It's completely fine to change the topic. Play like this, jump out, black jumps out, we play there. What's wrong with this variation? It's completely fine. It's completely fine for white. We don't need to go into a fierce variation if the fight is not favorable for us. Alright, so it went like this, and then this I cannot understand. White plays such a combination. Why? We can start with a simple Atari. For sure our opponent will not connect, because then the possibility of running with the ladder is still there. So black is anyway going to capture. And now, are we really interested in playing this Atari? If we want to play locally, then also an extension is a very, very good move. But another thing is, do we really have to play locally? Aren't there bigger moves on the board? Maybe invading this corner once we are already more or less settled with our group. Maybe playing on the bottom side or on the top side. Also, we don't need to start with this Atari, because let's say we play elsewhere. Is black going to connect? I mean, maybe, but we are not really in danger with that big group. Thanks to this stone being a bit further. So this was unexpected, that now white provokes a ko, especially that white did not go for a ko before, and now white provokes a ko which white should be much less enthusiastic about, because white can gain much less on it. Black cuts, claiming that he has big threats for that ko. Black also could have simply played from above, or just ignore it. It's also possible to just ignore it. There is such a big move here. If white captures, we can just extend. But yeah, I think it's also a good idea to start this ko, because black indeed has very, very big threats. Is it though? Not sure. In fact, I am not sure if it's a good idea to start this ko. On this ko, we cannot win as much as we could have on this one, because here we also break white's shape. I mean, white's shape is much thinner if we win such a ko. And here, what black plays for, in the actual game, what black plays for is only a powerful shape, but a very much over-concentrated shape. 3 ponnukis, one next to the other. Is it bigger than the corner? I doubt it. So I think that just ignore. If white plays here, we play there. It's not really big. Anyway, black has a thickness on the outside, and black is safe. So black plays his threats, but yeah, black cannot fight the ko, because white will have many, many threats in the corner. This makes sense. Or, yes, it does. If white doesn't continue, then black can split white. That would be too painful. Here, there happened something which I don't understand. White played the shoulder hit and then ignored it. What is the meaning of this play? I don't know. Why not continue? And why not play a simple extension? Yeah. And then here, white just decided to stay in that corner after black wanted to go through. Black hoped for such variation, which is a normal way of playing, but white connects. Possible, but black is also happy to go through. Better to continue, to strengthen the group this way. Double Hane, I cannot understand. White can extend and be out in a very beautiful manner, and instead white lets black cut his stones. And in fact, white still needs to go back to the corner to make life. White did not do it in the game, and then black can kill this group. So one thing is that to locally kill this group, such a group, you play here and then here. This is the correct way. This way white is dead, and this way white also doesn't have space for two eyes. But maybe black was a bit concerned that his group might be in danger. I don't think that black really should, though white can start with this move, right? And what happens then? It's a bit better for white like this, but still. Okay, yeah, maybe here it's actually very risky. I see. So one thing to remember is that to kill such 3 stones locally, you play Hane first and then the vital point. But black was concerned about his own group, and that's why black played from the other side, which is also a good play. And this one leads to a Ko. So it went like this, and then black clamps. Also good to know this technique. White descends, black plays here, and we already see a Ko. However, this move of black is a mistake, because before starting the Ko, we can make a good exchange. We can play here. If white wants to start a Ko now, great, then we take the Ko first and already have a useful stone on the outside. So white is not going to do that. White is going to connect. But then, when white connects and black starts the Ko, if white manages to win, black has a useful stone. It might be a bit debatable on this board because it makes m4 center for white, but still it just blocks white's possible way on the first line. But there is also another advantage of this move. After black played this block, black might also decide to play elsewhere. Because right now, if white wants to make life, white can only threaten to make a seki and not make life with points. So if you feel that you cannot start the Ko, then you play then you play this first and then play elsewhere. So usually you shouldn't start the Ko with this move, though it's not a big difference on this board because of the m4 agi. Black decided that he doesn't have threats, so he jumped out. But then it would have been better certainly to play a move like this, or first block, then here. And if white cuts, then, well, it should be relatively easy for black to create threats quite soon. Create big threats and then use them. This looks like a better idea. In the game, black started the Ko and then played a simple move. Still goes out, that's good. So yeah, basically this was very unreasonable for white to play this double Hane, and black used this opportunity to cause a lot of trouble to white. Now white is split on the outside, tries to help the groups simultaneously, but it looks a bit incoherent what white does. That first pushes here, then plays there, encouraging black to attack that chain of stones on a large scale, after making that chain weak. Heavy. Maybe better to start with this move, and then we can also sacrifice the 4 stones. They are not cutting stones, so we don't have to save them. And if we started from these stones, then it's better to continue from them. Maybe sacrifice the other stones. Like this, it makes more sense. Like that one, I believe that black could have tried such a move. But now white has an opportunity to connect everything and life is good again for white, and instead white plays this, which is very small because the 3 stones don't have much value. White didn't even want to eat them afterwards, which is understandable. They are small. Now black connects. Yeah, creating a cutting point after already splitting white's groups. It makes sense, but I'm still not sure if they are big enough. Maybe it's better to continue putting pressure on white. But black might have thought that it's not clear what black gains on this attack. And then we can simply play another big move. Also, another thing to consider is this cut. Does it work? Maybe like this it's better than in the game, than what happened in the game. White tries to connect everything, but it's not really connected, unfortunately. We also need to remember about this Agi. Like this, or maybe better to start from the other cut. White cannot accept such a variation, so white is going to play here, and yeah, this is clearly better than the other variation I showed. For now the fight happens in a different place, and it's just all difficult for white. So white kept fighting, but yeah, this simply doesn't work. Black connects everything, and here one interesting thing happened in this game. White connects like this, and white has a reason for that. If white connected differently, then later the net doesn't work. However, black realized that after the throw-in, the net also doesn't work. Black can extend and play here. But the exchange by itself is very, very bad. It gives white an eye for free. So I would hesitate before making such exchange. Even if we manage to go out, white shouldn't have much problem with making life with his group. And then black plays this one because black realizes that even though the net doesn't work, the ladder works. And this tries to be a ladder breaker. It is a ladder breaker. Yeah, it is a ladder breaker. And white played elsewhere, but then black was able to run with the ladder. This was well found by black. Maybe white didn't think that this is a ladder breaker. If white did know that, white could have counteracted in this way. It would be an interesting fight, it seems. But then white can simply play something like that. So white didn't expect the attack incoming. And of course it's valuable to split white because now white has 2 problems. White needed to take care of the other one. I don't really understand playing this ko for black. This ko is not much valuable. It's better to force white, or maybe force white, maybe just by such a move, to finish that ko and then take profit on the top. The game should be rather good for black, if I understand the game correctly. Black has 12 points, 22, 35, 40, 50, 60, maybe up to 65, and white has 20, 8, 38, 42, 52, 59, maybe 60 and a bit. So if black manages to split that stone, cut it off, then the game is good for black. And this would be an easier way of winning than playing this ko and letting white run out. White now runs out. But here we get another ko, the game becomes really crazy. This ko is completely not needed. White can save White can connect all the stones by playing a simple move like this, for example. But instead we get another ko. But white can also live without the ko, so that's what white does. And then black keeps playing this one. Really a bad idea. I mean, it was in the beginning, and I believe that it still is. We can enclose white and then play here and get really a lot of points. And if we go like this, white destroys our potential. This move I don't really understand. Isn't this one very, very big? So then again we play a ko, but for no real reason. White cannot win such a coin under normal circumstances because white risks so much in it. However, very interestingly, white manages to win it because at one point black doesn't have threats. Black plays here, and this is a mistake which I really dislike in this game, what black did. Black played a threat to capture 6 points. White ignored, of course, because the ko is bigger. And then black takes 6 points. But there are 6 points to be taken at n1. This move is worth 6 points. If not a bit more. It's a bit more, in fact. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 points. 7 points move. With one play. With one move. Not with two. Why do we play like this? Because it looks like we are capturing an object. We're thinking of this game, this is like a group, 3 stones, a group, 6 points, only 6 points, very, very small. So it would be much better to play any other normal move. Also, move like this was certainly bigger than spending 2 moves on capturing 6 stones. So then I think that the game becomes good for white, if my earlier counting was correct. 10, 15, 25, 32, 45, 50, 60, 63. White has 10, 15, 16, 26, 31, 51, 59 plus Komi. I think that white can be all right at this point. But something went wrong, and I don't know what. Now white could have connected here, taking points, but instead white played such a move, lost 2 stones, but also gained something. Gained the bottom Tesuji, bottom Yose move, yes. That's also valuable. I think that white played the endgame very well, but still lost the game. So in fact, there was still an advantage of black even after the ko finished. But this is really funny, this type of threat. Very, very bad threat. Alright. So it was not that bad for white, but it seems that still bad, even though black didn't take any points around here. Well, black gained something in exchange there, but it means that, yeah, it was kind of unwinnable for white. Well, of course, it would have been better to not let black run out, but probably black was anyway ahead, even without pulling out that stone. Alright, so this is it about this game, and let's